Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chubbs Reviews, where I bring you a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you guys have a good weekend this weekend. And today, we're going to be reviewing a little bit of an indie game, thing that I finished like a week ago, and I didn't necessarily finish it. I'm come on clean. My boy Parker, shout out to him. Sometimes he plays games, and I'm just like right there with them, whether it's on share play and just basically I watch the beginning and the end. I'm not on a controller, but it helps me out from time to time. I'm doing a lot of movies and games, and I'm also not a very rich person, so it's nice to like bum off someone else to get a sense of a game. I take their like perspective in mind, and my boy loved this game. This game is Unravel. Um, Kind of like I've pretty much would describe this game as a poem. It is very kind of sad and touching. Not a single voice line in the entire game, um, and it is an indie kind of puzzle game in a sense that you are a ball of yarn or a thing called yarny made out of yarn, and it starts right off where you were this old lady, this kind of grandma's yarn, and you fall out of this basket, and you go to these pictures, and you're kind of like reclaiming memories and learning about loss and tragedy, and it's very like touching. I mean, it's not like all sad. It's very touching. It's more touching than just fucking depression, you know. And then the gameplay is puzzles, environmental puzzles, just trying to get from one end to the other. Whether it's like you constantly have yarn following you, and you're like coming apart. The farther you get, you got to find more yarn to collect to go farther. And you can use this yarn to like, as like a grappling hook to like swing yourself across, or you can tie it down to make a bridge to like bounce on, like a trampoline. There's all types of shit to do with the yarn, and then there's all type of environmental things and like snowballs that you can use to get over things that slowly build up with snow. And you're a little piece of yarn, so you see all type of like kids' toys and just trash on the ground, and you're just like a little speck next to these huge cars, and set pieces sometimes are really cool. I really love the final level. I think the final level, where it's all blizzard like, is very like it just hits right. I wish the whole game kind of had that intenseness to it. Uh, Excuse me, because I didn't love this game as much as my friend. Just watching him play it, I think it was a little flawed in the sense that some of the levels are better than the others, like tremendously. Like it's not like a very consistent game until towards the end. The last like four levels where you're getting chased by this hamster and you're freezing to death and you're just going through shit, man. That is challenging. I find that shit to be really entertaining. I would say the music is pretty nice throughout. Sometimes it hits better than others. But the graphics, I mean, graphics are great in a lot of games, but this shit is timeless. It is so realistic looking. I don't think the graphics will ever age in this game. It's just, I don't think I could say that about another game. Besides, like, cartoonish games that clearly won't age, this goes for a realistic look in most cases, and it won't age for a very long time. I wonder what this even looks like on like a really high end PC. And there's also an Unravel too. I might get around to that sometime and actually play co-op with my boy Parker. But like I said, some of the puzzles are hit and miss. I feel like we like I'm there helping him mentally. Like we struggled to figure out some things. I don't know if we're just dumb, and I don't know if you can fault a game for sucking at puzzles. But I feel like some we just overthought. Like it was very simple shit, and you gotta do like some backtracking more than you would think. And I don't know. Some levels hit more than others. Okay, that's just all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Other than that, though, I would say the story for what there is very touching. Graphics are timeless. The yarn is actually pretty relatable, even though he doesn't speak and he's just a little ball of yarn. He's actually a very cute character. Um, and if you can get this game on sale for like $5 or $10, definitely do it. I mean, if you're at all interested in these type of poetry games, this game was very much like a poem. It's almost like a journey, or an abzu, like those games, like not like a journey, but the game journey. Um, but there's obviously more gameplay and puzzles here, but it's almost like Journey and stuff like that. And it's a side scroller, so keep that in mind. It's not like open world or anything. And yeah, I thought this game was very creative, and I think the second one will probably be better. And there's it's co-op, so yeah. I think my friend's final verdict was a 9 out of 10. It could have been a 10. I really don't remember, but he really loved it, and most people online will give it that, and I understand that. But in comparison to some other kind of poetry-esque games. I mean, I don't know. For me, it was just a 7 out of 10, almost a 6. But like when it comes to like What Remains of Edith Finch, which is kind of like a game like poetry, I think this game is better than that. And the gameplay itself was probably pretty fun. Even though it looked a bit weighted at times, like I said, my hands weren't on the controller necessarily, but my friend was just kind of jumping all over the place at times, whether it was panic or just like the character is very almost too fluid, and jumpy. But yeah, I don't know, just a little review to shout this game out. It definitely does deserve love. It is a little indie developers. They really appreciate you for playing the game. So if you see this game for cheap on sale, I do recommend it. But my final verdict on it is a 7 out of 10 from a perspective or a spectator perspective. But my friend that played it loved it, gave it a 9 out of 10, maybe a 10. I really don't fucking remember. I'm a terrible reviewer. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know if you've heard of this game, and we'll check it out in the future. Peace out.